Hello, this is Sharanabasava Raddi, Assistant Professor in CSE Department, WIT, Solapur. Uh, Today we'll have a discussion on Agile Scrum process. Actually, after completion of this session, students are able to understand the fundamentals of Agile and Scrum, and they are able to illustrate the Scrum workflow using a process diagram. So, let us understand some things about Agile. Okay, Agile is a iterative and incremental development methodology. It is very different as compared to the older methodologies like waterfall model and all, and it is a flexible methodology where all all the people who are all working as a part of the project are collaborating each other, and Agile responds quickly to the changing requirements. That is the one of the best advantage using the Agile Scrum methodology. So let us understand the definition of the Scrum. Actually, what is Scrum? Okay, in Agile there are different types of methodologies. That is, Scrum is there, Kanban is there, and different things of frameworks are there. Here, as of this discussion, we are going to understand Scrum framework. It's a framework with Agile methodology, already as I mentioned, and it provides the structure of teams to deliver in sprints. Actually, here we are going with the sprints instead of going with the requirements and entire requirement document and design things. And it empowers self-organizing teams. Here, there will be no one to take care of the team's organization. Means each and every person is responsible for organizing themselves. Scrum roles. Actually, in Scrum, when you are using the Scrum in any project, there are different roles we are come across. One is product owner. Product owner is the person responsible to take the requirements from the client or the customer, and he makes a product backlog, and those requirements are arranged as per the priority. So highest priority requirements will be at the top, and lowest priority tasks or requirements will be in the next order. So next Scrum role is development team and testing team. Actually, as already we know, if you go for any type of methodology, the heart of the team or development team and testing team, because development person is able to develop the product and testing team is responsible to certify the quality of that product. Okay, next role is Scrum Master. Actually, Scrum Master is one of the new role we never came across in any methodology. Here Scrum Master is neither a technical person like developer or tester, but he is the person who is going to take care or who is going to interact between multidisciplinary teams. Means he facilitates the interaction between each and every team, so that Scrum Master plays very important role in Scrum methodology. So there are some artifacts when you are using the Scrum. That is, first one is product backlog. Product backlog, as already mentioned, product owner is responsible to take the requirements from the customer or client, and he tries to arrange them as per the priority in product backlog. Next is sprint backlog. Sprint backlog is nothing but means when we are going to start with any sprint, that time we are going to take a few stories and epics, and that will be put into sprint. That sprint is that sprint is able to concentrate on those stories and epics. Next is increment. Increment is nothing but it is a working product after completion of any sprint. Next, there are few events as you consider the Scrum framework. First one is sprint planning. Sprint planning is nothing but for each and every sprint we need to have a specific plan. Means how we are going to execute this sprint. Okay, so it defines the goal and tasks of the every sprint. Daily Scrum. Daily Scrum is nothing but it's a meeting, or you can call it as a stand-up meeting, because it will be for only 5 to 10 minutes at the starting of the day and at the end of the day, so that each and every person is responsible to convey their responsibilities or assigned work and what is the status. Next is sprint review. Sprint review is nothing but a demo and feedback session. Means once sprint is completed and we have implemented any feature and tested that, afterwards it should be a demo to the client, so that the client can understand how it is working, and if anything, means any suggestions, they are going to give those suggestions to the team, otherwise they will accept it. Next is sprint retrospective. It is nothing but once you complete the sprint, we are going to have a discussion like what type of the things we done very good in this sprint, current sprint, and what type of things went wrong, so that what type of improvements we can do in upcoming sprints. So here is the Scrum workflow, means end-to-end workflow for the Scrum. Let us understand this flow. Okay. First one is, as already I mentioned, there will be a product owner. In previous methodologies like spiral model, waterfall model, V&V model, there will be a business analyst, right? So here in Scrum, there will be no person like business analyst or BA. Here, product owner is the person who is responsible to communicate with the client or customer, and he is responsible to take the requirements, understand the requirements from the customer, and he should be able to document it in product backlog depending upon their priorities. After that, he is going to convert each and every requirement into epic. Epic is nothing but a high level requirement, and once that high level requirement is done, or that epic is created, under that epic, that high level requirement is divided into subtasks. Those are nothing but stories. Okay, once this is ready, means product backlog is ready, and in that product backlog there are epics and stories. Then there will be a sprint plan meeting, means product owner calls a meeting with the Scrum Master and development team and testing team and other supportive teams, so that here they will discuss, means for current sprint what type of things are going to consider, means what type of stories we are going to implement, and what is the deadline for the completion of that sprint, and what are the story points for each and every story, and who is responsible to do what. And again, here if the team is having any doubts on any stories or requirements, you can say, they can ask the product owner, so that product owner is responsible to clarify the doubts if they are having on that particular story. Once it is done, those stories considered for the current sprint will be moved to sprint backlog. Means sprint backlog is nothing but a current sprint scope, you can say. So once it is done, then sprint will be started. Means we are going to work on the stories which are come under the current sprint. So that basically each sprint will be from 1 week to 4 week maximum. In that period only we need to complete each and every activity. Those are considered as a part of the sprint, current sprint. And here, for every 24 hours, as already mentioned, there will be a meeting, Scrum meeting, and in some companies they may go for 2 meetings in a day, morning at the start and at the end of the day. And it will be very short stand-up meeting, and here each and every person is responsible to convey the information like what type of responsibilities assigned for them and what is the status at the end of the day. And once it is done, means Scrum Master, as already I told, he is the facilitator between multidisciplinary teams, testing team, development team, product owner and client, so that he is responsible to take a note of each and everything, means which things are completed and which things are still pending. Okay, that will be maintained as a part of burn down chart. Then once this thing is repeated for 1 to 2 weeks, 1 to 4 weeks, depending upon the period considered for the current sprint. At the end of the sprint, we are going for the sprint review. Sprint review is nothing but once sprint is completed, means each and every activity as a part of the sprint are completed, that sprint or that task or that outcome will be delivered to the customer. Okay, so that in that time customer may be having some suggestions, they are going to suggest. Otherwise, if everything is ready, then customer will be accepting that sprint. Next, once it is done, there is a last activity, that is nothing but a sprint retrospective. Sprint retrospective is nothing but they are going to discuss the improvements they may come up with in the next sprint. Next, think and write. Which of the following best describes the Scrum? Look at the options and try to give the proper answer. The answer is a framework within Agile for iterative development. Who is responsible for defining and prioritizing the product backlog? As already we know, the person, product owner. And benefits of Agile Scrum is it is a faster and it improves the collaboration and transparency, quick response to the change, and it is higher customers, it gives the higher customer satisfaction. So these are the few references. I prepared the content by using these references. Thank you.